check to check. Coming from a low-income family, it was hard for me to see how hard it is to work and make money, but then how easy it is and it leaves. Well, regardless of your income, we all need to learn how to live within our budget. Even though it seems hard, it's not impossible to make it work for us. I started working with numbers 14 years ago. Once I noticed my passion for math, I dedicated a lot of time learning accounting. This helped me get it certified with one of the biggest software companies in accounting called QuickBooks, also known as Quicken. I have worked many years helping companies with their accounting and budgets. Using this experience has helped me in my personal budget, and I would like to share some tips with you guys today. In life, there must be a budget to avoid a financial disaster. You must know your income in order to see what you could actually afford. So let's review each step. First is your income. You must start with your salary and see your pay after taxes. So you will reduce to 20% on average for your federal, social, and Medicare. Then, if you're planning to have any other benefits, such as dental or health, even a retirement plan or AFLAC, must also be reduced. Once you have that, after reducing your main payroll expenses, you have your amount for your budget. Now, it's looking into how much you can afford. So the following estimates for your budget should be an average of 30% for housing, 10% for utilities, 15% for food, 10% for transportation, 5% for insurance, and minimum of 10% for savings. Your entertainment and clothing could be 10%. Your miscellaneous expenses and credit cards should at least be 10%. Adjusting the categories to your needs is essential. For example, a person that lives in New York wouldn't have a car expense. They will have a train expense, for example. So now that we have our income and our budget, now we could sit down and see what our expenses are. Now, having this in mind, you have a better idea of your budget and how you could make it work and save at the same time. For example, in housing, to reduce that expense, you could have a roommate or live in something that you actually need. Utilities, such as cell phone bill, cable, internet. It's something that you could search different companies and see what's in your budget. Also, like utilities as water, garbage, Wi-Fi, some apartments actually include this in the amount for rent. Now, your food, the way you could afford to live in that budget is by making your own cup of coffee in the morning, bagging your lunch, making your dinner also helps. The car loan, you may want to consider using different financial companies at the same time and comparing one to another, or buying a used car, saving to pay one in full. Also, your insurance. There's many add-ons to policies, so you want to make sure that what you have is actually what you need. Savings, you must pay yourself first. There's nothing like working hard and having nothing to show for it. Entertainment is something that will suffer if you go beyond your means. So in order to have fun and make it work in your budget, look for companies such as deals in Groupon, Living Social, and they'll give you a better deal for your money. Now that you have an idea of how budget works and your income, let's look at an example. The average middle-class family gross income is $50,000. Now, you can see that for their housing, they could afford $1,000. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to max it out, but at least they have an average of estimate. It could be $1,000 or less what they could afford. Here, entertainment and clothing, they have over $300 that they could use up. As you notice, they're having fun, they're paying their main expenses, but they're living with their budget, which is the most important part. Now, if you budget yourself and stick to your plan, and you will avoid living check to check because you'll have some savings. Now, most of all, you will avoid a financial disaster in case of an emergency.